Believe me, folks. Believe me.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, subscribe. Today we're talking about quite a controversial topic, about quite a controversial figure. We're talking about Donald Trump and the hypnotic techniques of Donald Trump. Is Donald Trump a hypnotist? Let's dive in and find out. Whether you love him or hate him, there's no denying that Donald Trump has a way with words. We're going to break down techniques discussed in Lister Morgan's book, Comply With Me, Trump's Hypnosis Toolkit Exposed. And I know Lister, she's a nice lady. Today, we're going to analyse whether or not she was right. Plus, I'll show you how these same tactics are used by all politicians across the board. Watch all the way to learn a secret handshake technique that you can use on your friends. But before we dive in, let me make one thing clear. This isn't about politics, it's about communication. These techniques, many of these techniques aren't exclusive to Trump. They're tools anyone can use to captivate an audience and to influence others. So, buckle up. We're going to unpack the art of persuasion. So what exactly are hypnotic language techniques? At their core, these methods of speaking are designed to bypass your critical faculty, as some hypnotists call it, and bypass critical thinking and create emotional engagement. They often involve repetition, simplicity, pacing, and storytelling. All things that help speakers connect deeply with their audience. Morgan's book explores the idea that Trump uses specific patterns of language, behavior, and even handshakes to influence people's subconscious minds. She argues that Trump uses these techniques masterfully, creating a sense of authority, building rapport, and embedding commands within his speech patterns. But is she right? Let's take a closer look. Let's start with one of Trump's most famous rhetorical devices, repetition. Remember his campaign slogan, Make America Great Again? 4 simple words repeated over and over.
And we will make America great again.
This kind of mantra-like phrasing sticks in people's minds because it's simple and easy to remember. It's also emotionally charged. According to Lister Morgan, this is classic hypnotic language. Simple, rhythmic, and repetitive.
Build back better.
Building back better.
To do things differently, to build back better.
We're going to build it back better.
And build it back better.
Notice how Trump emphasizes phrases like, believe me.
He still didn't believe me, but believe me, it is, okay?
Believe me, folks. Believe me. Believe me.
This is another technique. He's embedding commands by telling listeners or viewers to believe him. He's subtly directing their thoughts without them realizing it. Embedded commands are seemingly normal words hidden within seemingly normal sentences. But by emphasizing those words, the specific words that we want people to pay attention to or take action on, we can create subtle suggestions. The idea is that these commands bypass the conscious mind and go straight to the unconscious. For instance, when Trump said, "You can see we're going to win," the phrase "you can see" could be considered as an embedded command. He is subtly suggesting the listener should visualize and accept his suggestion. Here's another. Authority statements. Trump frequently positions himself as the expert on any topic, even if the claim seems exaggerated.
Nobody knows more about taxes than I do and income than I do.
Nobody knows more about construction than I do.
Nobody knows more about campaign finance than I do.
Nobody knows consultants better than me.
The sheer confidence makes it hard for skeptics to argue with. Morgan calls this creating a frame of authority, where the speaker becomes the definitive source of truth in the listener's mind.
It was about threats to American democracy Thursday in Arizona.
They're a threat to our very democracy.
And I truly believe he's a threat to our democracy.
So let's explore frame control a little bit. Frame control is a powerful persuasion technique. It's the art of defining the context of a conversation or a debate by repeatedly using terms like fake news or radical left.
The most dishonest people in the world. The corporate media in our country is no longer involved in journalism. The dishonest media.
Trump attempts to define the terms of the discourse. This influences how his audience perceives information. And then there's his use of pacing, deliberately slowing down or speeding up his speaking to build tension or excitement in the audience. Watch how he pauses for effect after making bold claims.
Your GP will contact you. You don't need to call them. And I want to thank all GPs and pharmacists for the role that they'll play in rolling out the flu jab.
It gives the impression that what he just said is so important, you need time to process it. Next, we have double binds. This is a technique where a person is given two options, both of which lead to the hypnotist's desired outcome. For example, Trump might say something like, "Are you going to support our strong border policies or allow criminals to invade our country?" Both of those options reinforce the idea that action is needed, that Trump's policies are the only option. There's also the claim of hypnotic confusion techniques. This involves using language that disrupts typical thought processes. Trump often uses vague, repetitive, sometimes even contradictory statements. These can create a state of mental disarray, and this state of mental disarray could make people more susceptible to suggestion. Then there's the art of suggestion. Morgan argues that Trump excels at implying desired outcomes without specifically stating them.
We're going to win with military. We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans. We're going to win with every single facet.
He leaves room for his audience to fill in the blanks. And this means his audience can often make emotionally charged interpretations. Then there's the handshakes. Trump's handshakes deserve special attention.
When he announced his Supreme Court nominee. Missed it? Slow it down. And from the side. Not one, but two yanks.
They've become famous or infamous for their aggressive style, often pulling the other person towards him or extending for uncomfortably long periods of time. But could there be more to these handshakes than just dominance displays? People trained and experienced in hypnosis might compare Trump's handshake approach to the Ericksonian handshake induction, a technique named after famed hypnotherapist Milton Erickson. This method of hypnotic induction involves creating a pattern interrupt. We all have things that if we do them enough times, they just become second nature, like going to the kitchen and putting the kettle on. If you were walking to the kitchen, putting the kettle on, something unusual happened, that would be a pattern interrupt, and it would make you go into a trance-like state for a short moment of time. Trump's method involves creating a pattern interrupt during a common social ritual, the handshake. Many people shaking hands is just second nature. If a hypnotist wanted to use this handshake induction on you, they might begin the handshake in the usual manner and then disrupt the pattern in some way. They might do this by pulling you in slightly. This creates momentary confusion. The theory, as I've already kind of explained, is this brief moment of confusion creates a small trance opportunity, a split second when the person's conscious mind is trying to process what's happening. In that split second, they're going to be more receptive to suggestion. Trump's unexpected handshake variations, the pull in, the pats, the extended duration, they could theoretically serve a similar function. Morgan suggests these handshakes aren't accidental but calculated, allowing Trump to establish dominance and create a subtle psychological advantage from the very first moment of interaction. Whether intentional or not, these handshakes certainly set the tone for his interactions and become noteworthy events within themselves. However, it's important to note I haven't researched if Trump has any hypnosis training. This could just be an intuitive approach he's developed over years of business meetings. Trump also employs misdirection and exaggeration. When faced with opposition, Trump will often divert attention with exaggerated claims or personal attacks.
She did things that nobody would ever think of. Now she wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens that are in prison. This is a radical left liberal.
This can create confusion and make it difficult for people to focus on the core issues. So, is Morgan's analysis right, or does she oversimplify Trump's communication style? Does she read too much into Trump's communication? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Many of these techniques aren't unique to Trump. They're staples of effective public speaking. For instance, repetition isn't just hypnotic, it's memorable. Authority statements, politicians have been doing that for centuries. Take Barack Obama's "Yes, we can" slogan, a perfect example of repetition.
Yes, we can. Yes, we did. Yes, we can.
Or then there's Joe Biden's constant focus on unity and healing. These former leaders, world leaders, all use similar techniques. Check the Dark Psychology playlist to learn all the ways governments are manipulating you. The difference between Trump and other world leaders lies in the execution of these techniques. Trump's blunt, unfiltered delivery sets him apart. He's able to speak conversationally, almost stream of consciousness. This makes his message feel raw and authentic, even though it has been carefully crafted. So what's the verdict? Is Lisa Morgan right? In many ways, yes. Donald Trump does employ hypnotic techniques. He does use language that aligns with hypnotic language principles. But so do countless other politicians. The real takeaway here is learning how language influences us and how easy it can be to unconsciously influence people, whether it's through repetition, authority, or emotional appeals. The goal is always the same: to connect with the audience and inspire the desired action. Understanding these techniques can help us to become critical consumers of information and less susceptible to manipulation. Next time you hear Donald Trump or any other politician speak, pay attention to their words. Are they using these techniques? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. See you next time.